folks, we are finally here. We have the finish line in our sights, and it is the final exam, which is approaching. I can't believe that we're almost done. Um, I'm sure that you can't either. So let's go ahead and talk about the final exam so that you can get past any anxiety that you may have built up so far. The final exam is going to open promptly at midnight on July 10th. It will close promptly at 11:59 p.m. on July 12th. It is not going to open before the 10th or remain open after the 12th. You will take your exam like you do all your other exams online. You will not have to go to campus. Let me make sure that I say this where it's very clear, because I have had situations during this semester, but also previous semesters, where students assume that they have from the 10th to the 12th to continue taking an exam, meaning they can open the exam on the 10th and start it and stop it. So let's go ahead and address that now. The exam is 2 hours timed. It may not take you 2 hours, it may take you 1 hour. I'm giving you 2 hours to take the exam. The moment you enter the exam and you click on to begin the exam, the timer begins. It will either end when the 2 hours elapses or when you submit the exam before that 2 hour time limit ends. There are no save and returns, so you cannot enter on the 10th and come back to finish it on the 11th or the 12th. Whatever day you enter on is the day you need to complete it. Additionally, if you try to take the exam after 9 p.m. on the 12th, please know that you enter at your own risk. As many of you have found out, the law about that Murphy likes to throw around, Murphy's law says whatever will go wrong, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and that is usually the case with technology. So please do not wait until what I would consider the 11th hour to begin this exam. It closes at 11:59 p.m. on the 12th. So if you are, question 75 at 11:30, I don't know what to tell you if by the time 11:59 rolls around and you're only at question 85, the exam's going to shut down and close. And no, there are no makeups, there's no retakes. It's a wrap. You were given the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th to enter the exam. So I'm making that clear. You can see it and you can hear my voice saying it. What will the exam cover? We have chapters 1. We'll have 5 questions, and you'll see an asterisk, and the reason with the asterisk I'll explain shortly. There's chapter 3, we'll have 4 questions. Chapter 7 will also have 4 questions. Chapter 8, there will be 5 questions. You see the asterisk. Chapter 9 has 4 questions. Chapter 10 and 11 have 5 questions each. Chapters 12 and 13 have 4 questions each. Chapter 14 and 15 have 5 questions each. And you see that chapter 14 also has an asterisk. So chapters 1, 8, and 14 are special chapters. Why? That's because they are also one question from each of those 3 chapters that there will be an essay question. This is the first time we're including an essay question for this exam. It is not as difficult as you think it is, so please don't freak out. This is not like you have to write, a 2-page essay. It is basically you writing in your own words, explaining the question with your answer. The rest of the questions for the exams will be true and false and multiple choice. Now let me help with the essay question. So for instance, the question may say something like, what's the difference between management and leadership, right? So then you would put in your own words what the difference, define both. The question may say, may give you a scenario, and it may say that Jackie noticed a discrepancy on a timesheet, and when she went and confronted the employee, she found out that the employee had intentionally put hours that he did not actually work. What is the problem with that scenario? Whatever, and it could be that you look at it as unethical. So you see, it's basically you writing a paragraph, or writing a few sentences, or however long you need in order to best explain your answer. This is to help you use not only your critical thinking skills, but your written skills and your ability to verbalize what you're thinking. It also then tells me that you actually know the answers. The thing about true and false and multiple choice is you can guess, right? Multiple choice usually has 4 to 5 options for answers. You can start to guess, well, it's not this and it's not this, so it's down to 2. It's a 50-50 chance, so let me go ahead and go with C. True and false, it's a 50-50 chance. It's either true or it's false, which can be more difficult, of course, than the multiple choice, but something that actually helps me to really know that the information that you are sharing, that the information that I've shared in this class, that you actually retained it and you understand it, is by making you write about it. Hence the essay questions. There's only 3, and it's one that's going to come from these 3 chapters. I will let you know now that the questions are not difficult. They're very easy. You'll probably laugh, but this is just another way for you to be able to explain the concepts. So with that, if you have any questions, hopefully this has not made you even more stressed out. But just know that we have our 50 questions. They're worth 2 points each for a total of 100 points. I know earlier I said, at 9 o'clock you're at question 75, but I was just throwing a number out there. But there's 50 questions, 2 points each for 100 points total. 47 of those questions will be true, false, multiple choice. 3 of those questions are essay questions. And I've shown you so that you basically know I'm kind of helping you out where you can kind of figure out if you feel like you've answered 8 questions from chapter 8, then obviously you're wrong, right? I'm literally only having these number of questions per chapter. So if you have any questions, please email me. Do not wait to the last minute. Once again, remember, whatever day you begin an exam is the day you must end the exam. You only have 2 hours to complete it. It can be completed in 2 hours or less, especially if you've been reading the chapters, you've been taking notes, you've been doing pretty well on previous quizzes and exams. You should understand the concepts. If you understand the concepts, you'll do well on this exam. All right, everyone, with that, have a wonderful day, and I will touch base with you in the course room to make sure that you all are tracking well.